Good evening, everyone. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. Because I feel fucking fabulous. You know, originally for this, like, not even just a few minutes ago, I was gonna go for more of a route where it's like I take myself a little more seriously. But then I thought, like, I'm looking at myself right now, and it's hard for me to do that when I can literally just see myself right there. So sorry if this ruins the immersion, but I've always kind of figured this idea would work better if I didn't take it seriously. It feels like a mix, sort of. But anyway, it just, if you see me, that means you're gonna have more of like a mixed kind of format. But anyway, now, for many years now, a lot of my friends, online and offline, have recommended me to do one thing, and that is talk about my dreams and nightmares on video. In some kind of video format. Some have recommended animated them, some have recommended just talking about them, and I think it's about time I finally did it. And the reason why they recommend it so much, because there are times I talk about them, and anytime they hear about it, they just go... It's always the best to see people's reaction to that sort of thing. Originally, I was going to fully animate it. That's why this had taken so long to do, but then I figured I put so much on my plate, you know what? Just get it out there. Just do it this way. You know, I need something where I can talk to the camera casually anyway. I'm keep looking back and forth because I'm seeing myself on the webcam right now. Not that I think I'm a handsome devil by all means. Now, here's the thing about dreams. Dreams are a very strange thing. They're an amalgamation of our own memories that come during our time of sleep. But the thing that eludes people the most is the exact purpose of them. Even scientists don't really understand why we have dreams. Some say it's like a survival instinct, or some kind of coping mechanism perhaps. Some say it's a way for our brain to communicate certain messages to us. Some people have theories that it's us traveling to parallel dimensions temporarily in our sleep. It's like some sort of astral projection. That sounds kind of cool. Is it true? Probably not, but I like to think it would be. What I don't understand is when people say dreams are made up of your memories, but then I've always had dreams of certain things that I've never seen before at all. Perhaps maybe the idea is that it's not necessarily a direct pull memory and implant it. It's similar to how many people who write books or create cartoons, how they take inspiration from all sorts of different things and create something original out of them. Perhaps maybe our dreams are doing the exact same thing, taking different memories and mixing them into something new. So to start off, how about we begin with one of my earliest nightmares I have ever had. One that has stuck with me for many years. This was back in elementary school. This is a point in time when they were teaching us all sorts of stuff through like video-based PSAs, you know, educational stuff. You know, like fire safety, the thing where Gilbert Gottfried played as a fire alarm.
See more smoke! Smoke detector! The more smoke I see, the more noise I make! And I see more smoke coming from that toaster!
I remember one in particular, and I can't find it anywhere. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, I don't know, 10 points to Gryffindor. But whatever. It was like this PSA that told us to get these cards. They're like little IDs, and the purpose of them is that if someone was kidnapping us or dragging our stupid tiny asses into a car, we'd have to throw the card onto the ground and just hope to God someone finds it. And they'd they'd see it on the ground and be like, oh my God, this person's missing. And so they'd have to go ahead and call the police or call the right people, yada, yada, yada. Now, when I saw that video for the first time of course, their demonstration inside that PSA of the kid being dragged into a car, throwing the card on the ground, my first thought was, what if the adult saw you do that? And it's like, an adult is stronger than a kid, so the adult could reasonably pull the child back, lean down, grab the card, and take both. And that thought scared me as a kid. This is a point in time when I was being introduced to the idea of stranger danger, and there would be people I've never met in my life who would want to cause me harm. Who'd have thunk? I also thought of other possibilities, like what if someone who's mowing their lawn ran over it with their lawnmower and just destroyed it. I don't know why my little kid mind went to all of this. Oh shit! My mic was on the ground. Do I have to do this again? I don't know. But anyway, that kind of stuff scared me a lot as a kid. The idea that someone that I've never met before would just take me from my family and I never see them again terrified me as a kid. And it's probably why I had this. So in the dream, I remember distinctly I was running through my elementary school. I'm not going to say what elementary school it was, but I will say it was in a square shape. Okay, all buildings are, so let me be a little more specific. The foundation of the school was that it was literally set up like a square. It was like a hallway, left turn, hallway, eventually till you get back. And each hall was designated to a different grade. You go into the entrance, you turn right, that's the first grade hallway, then you turn left, that's the second grade, turn left again, it's third grade, turn left again, and there's a little tiny hall to the right, that's where the fourth graders go. Right? I can't remember what grade I was when this was all going on. But I do remember just running through these halls. Absolutely terrified. Something was chasing me. There was no one else inside the school. The school was basically abandoned at this point, and I was running for dear life. I turn around, and I swear to God, there is this tall, slender, shadowy figure wrapped in black bandages, emitting smoke from its body, chasing me. It was the strangest thing. I'm not even sure how little kid me managed to conjure that up. It looked like a scrawny skeletal mummy, but with black bandages instead of white, and smoke was pouring out of like the little creases of the bandages. And the weird thing is too, the way it moved. That was the strangest part, the way that this thing would move. It wouldn't move like a regular person. It wasn't chasing me like so. It looked like it was casually walking in slow motion, and yet it was catching up to me. Like, imagine someone walking in slow motion, yet they're kind of still gliding on the ground, making speed. Their movement doesn't make it seem like they're actually moving that fast, but they are. It's the strangest thing I've ever seen. This guy had exaggerated, like, slow walking, and he was even catching up to me full sprint. I noticed one other thing he had. He had a gun. And this is a point in time where we're also being taught about gun safety and all that kind of stuff. I remember specifically, there was a memory, this wasn't at my school, this was at a special event in my town, where a policeman told us that if I just randomly shot this, the bullet would probably keep going for a said distance. I don't know nothing about guns. And I still don't know, I didn't know back then either, because when I was a kid, and I had that dream, I looked at the gun, it literally looked like a giant Roger Rabbit-styled gun. Like, it looked like a revolver that was twice the size of a revolver. Like, it was comically sized. But for some reason, that scared me as a kid, too. The fact he had this unrealistically sized gun and he was following me with it. I was running and I tried to turn down to the first hall where the entrance was so I could go to the office and hopefully there'd be adults that helped me, and then he did it. He shot me. Now, little kid me didn't know how to process any of this. I had never been shot before. I've never seen anyone get shot. I've only seen it in movies and whatnot, or like probably some videos that somehow end up on the internet. And don't judge me, you watch them too. Look. Car crashes aren't good, but you can't help but to just look and marvel at the destruction. You hope everyone's okay and no one died. But like seeing that car just flip 100 times in the air, slam down as a whole big fireball of destruction, you can't help but to marvel and look at it. You do it too, don't judge me. But anyway, I remember just feeling pressure inside the dream, just not pain, tightness. And I look into my shirt, and what I see is, this is gonna be the weirdest description ever, as if someone, you know how you have like Play-Doh and you put like a shape into it and you push in? Imagine that, but it went really deep in, and it just sort of stretched my skin to fit that shape. It was literally like someone got a block of a US state. I say that because it's like a block and it has like little tiny edges coming out of it. Pushes it into me, and my body actually stretches to go with it, and the most blood is like little stretches that come in the actual crease. That's how I imagined a bullet wound. Obviously, that's not how they work. So, I finally make it. I stumble into the office, and there people are. The principal, everyone's there. I stumble in, they all look at me. And I try to tell them what's going on. I'm pointing down the hall, I'm telling them what's happening, and what do? They get the biggest grins on their faces, and they start laughing. Not like chuckling, full-on, wholehearted laughing. All of them are laughing with these biggest, exaggerated grins I have ever seen. I was terrified at this point. I turn around. There it was, standing there, looking down at me as it points the revolver up to me. And then, almost as if it was a perfectly cut moment, as soon as it pulled trigger, the dream ended right then and there. Dear Lord. My dreams have a weird habit of ending at very specific points. I couldn't tell you why. Now, why did I have that dream? Now, I truly do believe it was because of all the PSAs. Like, they were trying to teach kids, you know, to be careful in, like, a situation where the house is on fire. Maybe that's why smoke was coming from him. Stranger danger, that's why he had that appearance. And gun safety, that's why he had a gun. What? Discord, shut up! Goddamn! I'm trying to make entertainment. Goddamn! Now, as for that thing's appearance, after a lot of thought, it may be possible. I'm not sure if, like, that I had even seen it yet. But you know the episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog with King Ramsay, you know. Return, slab, or suffer my curse. I truly do believe that maybe that guy's mannerisms were somehow based on King Ramsay. So it's possible that maybe this thing was an amalgamation of fear driven by these PSAs that I saw and King Ramsay from Courage the Cowardly Dog. It makes sense. Now, why he was wrapped up in black bandages and why he was such a cool design monster. Like, here's the thing. That is a cool... fuck. Now, here's the thing. That is a cool design monster right there. I even remade him, and I didn't even make that many differences to him. Minus the comically sized gun, that is a well-designed monster. Was I just destined for this? Was I destined to make horror content? Was I a horror director in a past life? Or maybe a doctor, considering, like, I'd probably have to be exposed to a lot of organs and whatnot. Maybe that's why blood doesn't bother me. But all other body fluids do. I don't know, man. I don't know. That was one of my earliest nightmares that I can think of. And it's still stuck in my head, and I finally was able to talk about it. And it feels good to be able to finally do this, not only because I've always wanted to do this, but also because so many people have been asking me to. I'm terrible at outros. I can be like a scummy YouTuber that acts like he cares about your opinion. Alright, everyone, go ahead and give this video 25,000 likes. Go ahead and give it like 1 million comments. Have you ever eaten a mushroom before on a pizza? Go ahead and put a comment. It's stupid shit. I hope you have a beautiful day, a wonderful day. With that being said... Shit, I forgot my outro. Holy fuck, I don't do this very often anymore. Oh my god. Oh yeah, your connection will be strange. Promise I won't forget next time.